Good evening, everyone, and here's today's football news. Yes, I'm going to talk about Grimsby Town's next League Two fixture. It's at Northampton. It takes place on Saturday at 2 p.m. So if you are travelling down to Northampton, or across to Northampton, shall we say, it's a 2 o'clock kickoff on Saturday. I think that's got something to do with the Northampton rugby team, Northants, and playing that same afternoon, as well as I think lighting as well has got something to do with it. So I'm going to give you a few statistics, what I think will happen in the game between the Cobblers and the Mariners. So let's crack on with it. Like I said, in recent form for the Mariners, they've only had, in the league, 2 wins out of the last 5. They've lost 3 of those, so 2 straight back-to-back defeats. They've had a draw in the middle of that from the other 5 in general. That was the replay draw. And Northampton, not really great, but they've had 3 draws, a win and a loss in their last 5 games for the Cobblers. It's good, but at the same time, they're not in the best of form. So, you never know. I'm struggling to score goals, of course. If we look a bit further down, we will see that Northampton, they're in mixed form in League Two. Even though they're 4th in the league, they've won 7 home games at Sixfields, and Grimsby Town are obviously in poor form. But we have won 6 games away from Blundell Park. We have looked stronger away this year. That's something that I think all Grimsby fans can admit. Away from home, Grimsby look dangerous. Northampton have won 4 times in the past 12 meetings with Grimsby, and obviously the stats would say Northampton have a better chance of beating Grimsby than vice versa. Like I say, if we look at the record in 12 games played by both sides, Northampton lead 4-1 with 7 draws in there. It's always a difficult game against Northampton. It's 2 good sides at times, and I'll just take you through a few recent history. We'll go back as far as 2013, and that's when Grimsby played Northampton in the FA Cup, and obviously got a 2-0 win in that. And if I remember correctly, Big Clayton Donaldson scored. No, he didn't. Not in that one. That was a Scunthorpe tie. I believe it was Sean Pearson that did score in that FA Cup tie. That was in Porthurst's first stint. Then we'll go into league meetings in the 18-19 season. Both games finished a draw, 0-0 and 1-1 respectively. In fact, if I remember correctly, I was at both those games. Because I believe at Northampton we had probably one of the worst referees that no fan liked, which was Trevor Kettle that day. But it ended 1-1. Northampton did the double over the Mariners in 1920, just before the lockdown season. 2-0 in the November and 2-0 in the February. And we've already played once this season, ending up 1-1. That was back in August. I believe that was I think that was the second game of the season, if I remember correctly. So, a mixed bag. We actually haven't beaten Northampton since 2013. So that is, that can be quite an alarming stat. Yes, that was the last time actually we beat Northampton in any competition. And it makes you wonder, let's look at the league position just briefly. We've got Northampton in 4th. Even though they're not in good form, they're only goal difference away from Carlisle. They have played 30 games. Like I said, they've got 52 points with a plus 14 goal difference. The Mariners lie in 19th place on 33 points with a minus 5 goal difference. Losing the last 2 in the league. Now I think this game is going to be a lot more football based, shall we say. I don't sense it being a long ball direct game, I wouldn't say. I'd say the last couple of games Mariners have had to play direct, and it doesn't suit the Mariners to do that. Or at least I haven't felt as though it leads to our strengths, to be honest. I think we need to be able to get the ball down, pass and move. And I think Northampton will allow Grimsby to do that. They've got some dangerous players there, Northampton. Obviously, former Mariner in Ben Fox, still loved here, still missed here. But we think there could be, from what I heard on Paul Hurst's pre-match, that he could be a major doubt for the game. And if that's the case, I have seen an article that reads Northampton could be up to have more or up to 8 players out. I mean, that would be a lot, and I think it's Grimsby at the minute really could do with not really being involved with direct games. I think we need to try and dictate the pace. I think the last couple of games, the opposition have done that. So I think that we've got to try and, going anywhere is difficult, but, when you're going to a team, a top 4 team, and you're saying that we need to try and dictate the play, we need to be prepared to pass the ball. Looks like we're going to go again with a 5 at the back. I think that's down just to lack of options right now. I know that we are getting some players back. So hopefully, not necessarily for this game, but hopefully in the coming weeks. We have a little bit of a preview here as well. The team news basically reads this as what Paul said in his pre-match. Coming into the match with no fresh injury issues from the game at Gillingham, which is good. Kieran Green, however, joined the injury list after being substituted, obviously against Luton, with a rib issue. They believe it's a cracked rib, or that is Paul Hurst's opinion, that he believes it's a cracked rib, and if that is, that will keep Kieran out for a few weeks, obviously. He is joined on the injury list by Otis Khan, Ryan Taylor, Jordan Cropper as the current absentees, and Ryan is getting closer. He's still a while off, but he is getting closer. All 3 of them are getting closer to a return. Not as close as I think Paul would like, but they are heading in the right direction. I'll tell you something, boy are we missing Otis, and boy are we missing Taylor. I think the last 2 games are proof of that. We miss Ryan Taylor badly, and maybe even the long ball threat of Jordan Cropper, but more Cropper in the sense of options, I think. But Taylor, we miss Taylor badly. up front. We really do. And I just hope that we can get. I just hope we can get a. Excuse me, my computer's going mad. But I just hope that we can get a strong result and try and get back to our style of play. I do believe Northampton will allow us to do that. Because they like to play good football as well. But like I said, they have got some dangerous players at Northampton, so we have to be not wary. I think that'd be the wrong term. I don't think we're going to be wary, but I think we've got to be aware of the threat that they will pose. Obviously, Sam Hoskins is their top goal scorer, and Danny Hilton, who is he there still, Danny? Yeah, I think he signed from Luton, didn't he? He's the top assist maker. It's a big game for Grimsby, this really. We haven't lost more than 3 games back to back all season, and that's in all competitions. I know we've gone in runs of 7 without a win, but we've never gone. We've never gone more than 3 games straight defeats. So I myself would be happy with a draw, but knowing how Town are, it's such a place that we would go and we would get a result. I would imagine Emmanuel might come back in. Josh Emmanuel may come back in. I would think, but I would say it's still going to be a 5 at the back. Still probably going to be the 3 midfield that you'd expect. I think that's just down to not having the width available. And I would say that the team may be unchanged bar maybe 1 or 2. I think you'll still have Lloyd and you'll still have McAtee up top as the 2. But if we don't fall into a direct up and back sort of game, we can be a threat, because you can tell that just doesn't suit Grimsby. As much as we try it, it just doesn't suit us to play that. I think we're playing we play a direct back 3. That's basically 3 centre backs. But we play the 2 wing backs because we haven't got wingers. And obviously we're missing Otis, and I think Otis is our only natural winger that we've got in the squad as well. So we're short in options, definitely on the wide side, and I think we've just got to believe that we can go Northampton and get something. Everyone worried about this relegation battle. Not yet. I won't worry about that, guys, until we reach the end of March. Basically going in when we play Bradford. If we're still in the same position when we play Bradford, be concerned. But I have faith in Paul that he can turn it around. What am I going to go for score-wise? Oh, this is difficult. Do you know what? Knowing Grimsby, I'll go for a 3-1 win for Grimsby. I know that seems a bit far-fetched, and people are going, what do you mean? I have seen a few people say on social media and things like that, this is typically a Grimsby game, isn't it? A lot of fans write them off, and all of a sudden they come out and pick up a result against the team you don't expect them to. And actually, I do. I'm going to go for that 3-1 win for Grimsby. Who do I think is going to score? That's a very good question. I will say a waterfall header from a corner. I will say George Lloyd will get one, and I will say Gav will get the third. It wouldn't surprise me if Hoskins gets the Northampton goal. Again, I know us fans talk about it a lot, and a lot of people talk on the podcasts and things like that. I think we've got to stay calm. We've got to stay together on this, and people will say, "Well, you're just being, you're just being a happy clapper because you're accepting what Paul's giving us." Yes, I am. But if you think I'm happy about the last two games, or you think I'm happy about us being 19th, no, I'm not. But yes, I am happy with the margin that we've got. Yes, Paul Hurst knows what he's doing. And he's shown that, because how in the world do you beat Luton? And then what it is, I think it's no pressure on. Now, one question I will ask the Grimsby fans, rather than Lloyd or McAtee, because I don't know whether I'd start Orsi, rather than McAtee. I'd probably start Orsi, put McAtee on the bench, and probably start that. Lloyd and Orsi. I think he's going to go McAtee and Lloyd, like he has done the last three games. But it wouldn't, last three league games, but I wouldn't be surprised. And I wouldn't be unhappy if he put Orsi up top with Lloyd and see what happens there. Orsi seems to have a great relationship, understanding with Harry Clifton. Sorry about my voice. I'm still getting over the last bit of the head cold I've got, so apologies for my voice. But yeah, I would say give Orsi a shot alongside Lloyd, and then bring McAtee on with about 20, 25 minutes to go. I know people talk about the late subs, but Paul has described that in a way. He likes to give all players every chance to sort something. And actually, in the game, in the previous home game before the last one, he brought Orsi on at half time. So I'd give Orsi a start, just to give Northampton something different to look at. And if you wanted to maybe play a bit of direct with Orsi, you probably could. That might be a bit of a push, but who knows? But I think it's going to be a very competitive game. I'm sure Northampton fans will. They're not exactly overly confident for a team in fourth, because they're lacking goals lately. But it's a difficult one. Like I say, I'm saying 3-1 because of Grimsby's history of doing it against teams you don't expect them to. But it's over to you fans now. What do you guys think? What's your scoreline? What would your lineup be for the game at Northampton? Would you start Orsi and a McAtee? Would you start the young lad from Norwich instead of Lloyd? You know what I mean? What would your team be, and what's your predictions? Let me know in the comments down below and in other social media. That'll be the Grimsby review. Don't worry, National League fans, I haven't forgotten you guys. I haven't known one of you guys for a long time. I've been following it. I'll be doing some videos for you guys very, very soon towards your running. But with the Grimsby fans, I want you guys' input. Like I said, I want you guys' input on this channel. Good or bad. You don't have to agree with everything that I say. You can challenge me as long as you can back up what your opinion. I'll listen to it. And if you are leaving me a video response, do so down below as well. And we'll get a bit of debate going. But yeah, what would your team be? And what is your score for tomorrow? If you are going to Northampton, just remember it's a 2 p.m. kickoff. I believe we're playing in blue. We're playing in the away kit for this fixture as well. So anyone overseas, if you do get it, you'll see it you'll get a stream of it. If not, and if you're going, enjoy it. I was going now. Unfortunately, I'm not able to attend the game. But if you are going, do enjoy it. Have the belief for the 90 minutes that town can get something. Because like I said, if there's one thing Paul Hurst can do, it's pull a rabbit out of his hat when you're least expecting it. So let's get behind the boys. Let's see them go for a win, get a win, or get something at the minute. And I will be back. I believe we've got a game in midweek. We do. We're at Mansfield in midweek, if I remember correctly. So I will have a preview up for that. And like I said, National League fans as well. I haven't forgotten you guys. They will be coming soon. So probably next week as well, I'll do a couple of National League stuff. So Mariner fans, leave your comments down below on what you think the score is going to be, and even what your team may possibly be. Would you start Horsey, or would you go McAtee? Or would you mix it up and put Horsey instead of McAtee? Let me know down below. Like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Tell me you love me. Tell me you hate me. Tell me it all, and I'll be back with you guys extremely soon with another video on Grimsby. I'll see you guys very, very soon. Enjoy the game tomorrow if you're going. Bye for now.